Is it worth the struggle? Back to the truck! How much patience do you really have? We're going to be starting another run today. What will it take to beat this game? It's been a minute since the last video, so let's do a little recap. For the whole unabridged Emerald Kaizo story, check out the playlist in the top right. In early 2024, I decided to give playing Pokemon Challenge games a shot, and decided to start with Emerald Kaizo, a game once known as Pokemon's hardest game. There are a lot of growing pains in learning skills like XP management and how to prep for fights. So much so that it took me 10 whole runs to claim my first gym badge. We win! We win! Deathless Roxanne! Let's go! That run allowed us to get a shot at getting our second badge for the first time, which came down to a speed tie. A coin flip to win back-to-back badges. It's literally a coin flip. If we go first, we win. If we go second, we wipe and we lose. Here goes nothing. That heartbreaking loss didn't leave us discouraged for too long though, as 4 runs later, we'd cleaned up our play to take down Broly for the first time at the cost of our starter. But I soon learned how fragile Nuzlocke can be, as I walked into a double battle unprepared and ended up losing 5 Pokemon in one fight, which caused me to mercy kill my best run so far. You know, magnitude can go between 1 and 10. It doesn't always have to be 8 through 10. You can choose any of the numbers in there. It doesn't have to be the high numbers. Little did I know this loss would put us into what runners call early game hell, stuck playing the beginning of the game over and over again. Eventually, we do end up making it back all the way to Watson for the first time on run 20, but the line I cooked up for him was absolute garbage. Well, run 20 was great. I think run 20 went really well. I learned a lot during run 20. Fight 2 against the 3rd gym leader Watson on run 23 isn't much better, as we bring his lantern down to clicking struggle, but still get absolutely washed by it. But finally on run 29, we get to Watson with only a single Pokemon loss, 7 less deaths than our previous run that made it to. We take down 2 mons to match our Watson PP. The Nutella and Peaches were able to break Ampharos' ankles with swaps and Toxic to get the furthest we've ever been. We do that same Toxic strat with Gloom against Watson's Lantern, but unfortunately they get clipped by a rogue Ice Beam. But their sacrifice is not in vain, as with only fast frail Pokemon left, we're able to pick up our 3rd badge for the first time with a well-deserved pop-off. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! The path to the 4th badge in Emerald Kaizo is not nearly as straightforward as the other 3. You've got Red 2 and the Magma Gauntlet to contend with before you get to struggle in Flannery Gym that is Permanent Sun. Luckily, we've got a dark type to handle Red 2's scariest mon, Espeon, which gets us over that first hump. The Gauntlet isn't as kind to us, as our death counter is up to 5 before we face the 2 bosses atop Mount Chimney, Tabitha and Maxie. Against Tabitha, our Wishcast gets into a slightly sketchy situation, but only gets punished by Quick Claw crit, about a 1.3% chance. No Quick Claw proc, we're fine. And if it does, no crit, we're fine. This throws our plan a little into whack, and at the tail end of the fight, we've got to dodge another high roll crit with Guardy B. Oh! Oh, we have the badger! Oh, God, dude! And thankfully, we don't get screwed twice in one fight. Then, we do have to bake sacking Sudowoodo into our Maxi plan to make it out safe, but losing them is not in vain, as the rest of the fight goes off without a hitch. Flannery is finally around the corner. The deaths continue to stack up as our run towards Flannery turns into a walk and then a crawl, as our options are limited by 12 by the time we reach her fight. This is especially rough, as without a few niche Pokemon, most Flannery fights require to sack up to 5 mons to make it through. And this plan we have cooked up for our first shot at Flannery is one of those that plans 5 sacrifices. We trade 1 for 1 for the first 3 Pokemon until Quillfish, who is planned to die to Typhlosion, comes in. Wildcard is the one we want to see. And it gets Poison Point? Oh, it is the Lumberry. I mean, we could still poison again with Gunk Shot. That's nuts. It's not gonna... Oh, it does make a difference. Word! This bit of luck lets us change our plan on the fly and leaves us with 2 Pokemon left to finish off Flannery's ace, Castform, who's a ton of buffs in this game. 2 cross chops kill this. Or 1 cross chop crit kills this. Then Dumpling misses a 90% accurate cross chop. Get another shot. You gotta crit to make. Then Dumpling misses a second 90% accurate cross chop. Now, if he doesn't survive Cast Form's next move and do chip damage with Vital Throw, we likely lose the run right here. We hit Vital Throw here. When we need to not get the Solar Beam range. I think we win. But Dumpling barely hangs on with 6 health, and Sharpedo is able to close out this massacre of a fight to beat Flannery on our very first try. Now we go from one of the hardest splits in Emerald Kaizo to one of the easiest, as there are only 4 fights between badge 4 and 5. And on top of that, the Norman Gym battle is regarded as one of the easiest in the game. Our Endeavor quick attack strategy goes well until we don't notice that Tauros has a priority move, which loses us our starter to bring our death total all the way to 18. We do, however, claim this gym badge. With so many Pokemon lost though, wiping was an inevitability, but it came embarrassingly to a one-off trainer with a Swift Swim Politoed, who single-handedly KO'd our entire team. Oh my god. It's over. The run's over. We wouldn't have to wait as long as we did with Watson to get a rematch with Flannery, as just 2 runs later, we're back again, this time with only 3 deaths before fighting her. And our line only expects to sack 3 instead of 5 this time. Taking down Ninetales goes okay, but then Gyarados gets burned against Charizard, which ruins our entire plan. Electrode cleans up Charles and then booms on Typhlosion to pass the baton back to Tenta to get things back on track. Then after Grumpig sacks themselves to Arcanine, it's a 3v2 in our favor, where it falls to Primeape to make some magic happen, but it's too far gone and we lose the rematch. 4 runs later with a run in much worse shape, we enter our tiebreaker match with Flannery. We bring it down to a 3v2 yet again, where Beep Beep the Macargo is fishing for Omni Boost and trying to dodge crits. Come on! Let's go! Let's fucking go! Alright, hold! Crit Solar Beam still does get us. Fuck! But again, we get so close and aren't able to figure out how to beat Flannery for a second time in a row. It's always demoralizing to start from scratch again, but with so much experience in the early game, it's a lot smoother now. Experience and our secret weapon, Sunflora, one of the few Pokemon who get setup moves in Emerald Kaizo. Against Roxanne, Sunny D sets up in front of Shuckle and KOs Lunatone for a deathless Roxanne. Against Brawly, he solos 4 Mons and has us deathless through that gym as well. Sunny D's then got a potential for a 3-peat against Watson, but has to avoid getting fully parried and crit to make it happen. Alright, we hit through the first para. That's 1 down. No crit, no para. Okay, that's 2 for free. No crit, no para. No crit, no para! Oh, boy! Hey, no way! No way! What's a level cap to a god? We've got a couple of turns to do this. That is insane! No paras! Absolutely electric to make us deathless past Watson for the first time ever. We don't end up taking our first death until halfway through the Magma Gauntlet. We unfortunately suffer 2 more high-value losses in Gyarados and Lantern before the gauntlet is over. But with only 4 Pokemon down total, there's still a lot of hope for this run to break the Flannery curse and get past her for the first time in 7 runs. With only 5 deaths past Mount Chimney, our prospects to get past Flannery for the first time in a month of runs is looking better than it has in a very long time. And although the first of our last 2 encounters before the gym is a coughing that decides to decline the offer to join the team, hope is up even more when we hit Bonita, who's another potential bring for the looming fight. With our busted box, we sprint through the first 7 fights of the gym without dropping a mon, and just need to dodge 2 crits with White Smoke Tortuga to make it deathless to the gym leader battle. I have to do a lot, and then crit always kills on Gong Shot, so as long as we dodge the crit on this, we are out of dodge. Now only my demon remains. But we've got a secret weapon this time. Let's talk about Pogmanky. Pogmanky is a Mankey with the proper stats in speed and attack to KO 5 out of the 6 mons on Flannery's team with reversal. But we instead have Augmanky, who can still KO a lot of Flannery's team, but require us to sack 3 to get that line. We open with our first sack, Lovedisk, who chips Ninetales enough for Polishchimp to take their first KO and then chain that into a second against Charizard. Then against Blaziken comes the first sketchy part of the line.
Blaziken is using a random move here. If it is any move besides Blaze Kick, we are not dead to a crit. If it is Blaze Kick, we need to dodge the crit. Beautiful. Okay, there's point of failure 1 down. Point of failure 2. This is an 87.5% range to kill. We hit the range, all right.
But Guardy B clutches it out against Blaze to continue our fight to Arcanine. Then it's Macargo's turn to clutch up by getting enough chip before they get sacked, but they just don't do enough. This means we'll likely have to sack Ninetales as well to get out of this fight alive. But Ninetales doesn't go down without a fight. First getting a crit to pick up an unexpected KO against Arcanine, and then
this minimum does 43. That crit also, it was insane.
oh my god!
We don't have to sack, we ball. We just win. We just win with 3 sacks, not our expected ones, but we're out.
These together are huge, not only because they secure a sweep with Primeape, but keep our sacks down to 3 as expected, with Ninetales' death being swapped for Electrodes. We KO Typhlosion, but I realized something that would have been a problem far too late. There's one important piece of the PogChamp strat I forgot. You need to put an EXP share on another Pokemon in your party to avoid getting a second level up, which pushes your HP above the threshold to do the max damage with reversal.
Oh, does this make us too healthy? Oh my god, it makes us too healthy. Should leave this at 29, which is 23%. Electrode comes in, definitely does more than that with Thunderbolt, outspeed skills. Okay, so unless we get the crit here with reversal. Nah, we win. It is definitely not the plan I saw, or the plan I expected, or even the plan I wanted. But we're past Flannery.
So it's a roller coaster of a fight that shows 36 attempts in. I've still got so much to learn about Emerald Kaizo, but for the second time ever, we're past Flannery, and this time we've got 8 less Pokemon in the death box. After finally breaking our losing streak against Flannery, our sights turn to destroying the Swift Swim Politoed that is the gatekeeper to the part of Emerald Kaizo's we've yet to see in 3 months of playing this game. But first, we've got to give our dad a visit in Petalburg for what is commonly thought of as the easiest gym in the game. Our plan this time isn't nearly as slick as our Endeavor priority strat that KO most of the team, but a complicated series of bait and KO moves looks consistent enough to get us our 5th badge, with at most sacking one of the mad Pokemon we're bringing to the fight. Turn 1 goes as expected, with Espeon skill swapping and Slaking hyper beaming, meaning that we get a free turn 2, which we use the KO Slaking. Soilo comes in next, and both of Norman's mons see a KO on OnlyFans. So we bring an Electrode safely on the left side, while we bring in Nosepass to take those moves on the right. But instead of damaging, Espeon swaps its loafing over to Nosepass, which means it's time to steer. After running the numbers, Electrode will outspeed and KO the Swallow, then Espeon is likely to attack Nosepass, which we prefer, but it's not guaranteed. We end up throwing Torkoal in and praying that we don't get crit.
So this always kills. Okay, so we did that right. Intimidate, I don't think is gonna White Smoke. Woo, great ability. If only it was battle armor. If it was battle armor, we'd be fine there.
But Torkoal's death gives us a chance to reposition. We bring Donphan in to bait 2 moves on a swap to Manny, while Electrode swings at Espeon. This means it's time to dodge some more crits. Okay, beautiful. Now we swap and rip with Electrode again, praying that the next mon we bring in is Snorlax.
I would love if Snorlax came in. I don't think we have good odds of it, though. Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Now our luck is finally turning around, because if you don't attack the Snorlax, it cannot damage you, basically making the remainder of the fight into a 2v1.
We can safely go into Mantine on the left-hand slot. And we can Rock Tomb Tauros to make it slower, because it's only dead to max roll Iron Tail.
Cool.
Crit? That didn't do jack.
Now we've got 2 mons who can bait KOs, so it's time to double swap and pray to dodge more crits.
Oh, I mean, Electrode's not dead to non-crit any move. So I think that is just the schmove. And we hope for, like, Iron Tail into the right slot would be, I think, the best outcome here.
Okay. But we get in safely and are able to clean up Tauros, and bring in the last scary mon, Kangaskhan. Just like our last gym battle, here we realize how badly we messed up right at the end in an instant.
Huh. Oh, wait, are we faster at 49? Oh, it's a speed tie. Fuck me. Fuck me, dude.
Blaziken is the only mon left that can KO Kangaskhan, but at level 49, they're speed tied. If they lose the speed tie, the run's over. We what? Last time this happened in a gym battle against Broly, we lost the coin flip and the run. Now we've got a chance for redemption.
Superpower needs to go first. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, please! Please! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
It's another dirty and incredibly unsafe gym fight, but we get the badge. We're not limping in terms of Pokemon, but we're gonna really need to tighten up our gameplay, because you can only stay lucky for so long. After lucking out in 2 back-to-back sloppy gym fights, the ability to make Run 36 our furthest run ever in Emerald Kaizo was only a few fights away. But first, it's time for one of the game's most important encounters. At the top of Mirage Tower, we get a guaranteed Bagon. Regardless of their stats, Salamence becomes a common bring to almost every fight for the rest of the game. But a Ment with good stats can very likely be an Elite Four bring. Up defense, down speed. Ooh, 7 attack, ooh. While our Ments named after a longtime viewer Overtail isn't a killer, we'll likely be seeing them a lot moving forward. We go grab Zpard, the tanky source as well, to make sure we have every option available to us as we inch closer to our PB. We zoom through the first fight, and once we're in the rain, we start taking advantage of all the Swift Swim mons who've had a worthless ability up to this point. And soon enough, it's time for the fight for our PB, which takes way more time than usual to prep for.
This fight normally has no significance for anyone, but this is where I wiped before. If we get past Pokemon Ranger Catherine, this is officially the PB run.
But before we've even selected a move, we've been outplayed, as we forgot to calc around Manectric intimidating our lead.
Oh no! I'm not trucking. I make one mistake, and it's like, did someone say truck? It's like the fucking seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mine, truck.
But we do a quick pivot and we're back on track. We KO the bear with Ments, then Encore Victory Bell into Leaf Blade to get Potato into position for revenge.
Time to face my fears. Hit Belly Drum, I fucking dare you. Hit the button. You absolute buffoon. We're on PB base, baby. That's a PB!
And with Catherine slain, we have no idea what comes next. The rest of the route goes off without a hitch, and then it's time for our first Team Aqua section, the Weather Institute. It's not as lengthy as Magma Gauntlet, but as with future Evil Team sections, it's full of hacks items like Quick Claw and Bright Powder, Pokemon that can click Explosion, and sometimes even mods with hacks items that can click Explosion. Super fun! The first fight's cheese is Bright Powder Sharpedo, which goes as planned. After picking up 2 more KOs, we bait in Quick Claw Boom Eggy, who were trying to bait in last so they wouldn't explode. But Quick Claw doesn't proc and Fly doesn't miss, allowing a safe passage to fight 2. Surely that fight goes better. Electrode booms on turn 1, which brings in Quick Claw Boom Muck, which we try to defuse by switching into Ments, who gets poisoned while chipping it. We then swap out to Donphan, hoping for Boom, but we don't get it, which means we have to gamble sending Ments back in.
Oh, I've planned so poorly here. Does poison kill us? Do we proc the berry first or does poison kill us? Oh, do we proc the berry first or does poison kill us? Oh my god. Cool. Wasn't even scared. Yeah, I think I should do a little bit better on my prep, you know? I don't think this was the cleanest.
Another near disaster that almost loses us one of our best mons, but we barely escaped by Fight 2 without any deaths. Fight 3 has Wobbuffet with Shadow Tag looming on their team, so if we mess up the bait order like we have with the last 2 fights, someone is going to die. But we don't proc Focus Band on Cloyster or Bright Powder on Amistar, and we finally have a good fight in the first time in forever. Fight 4 is fairly tame with only Bright Powder Kabutops, but the thing that ends up giving us the most issue is their closer, Ursaring.
Okay, that's why we got the Resto Chesto. I guess it does get a little scary.
Huh?
Why didn't I Oh, I was supposed to pre-sleep it. Oh, I choked. This fight's going so great. This is why pre-sleep is very important. But we really need to wake up. Okay, this is bad. This is very, 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 very bad. I think the plan has to be Potato with then Wally, then Psychic. Oh, God, but that's not great either. I guess we pray we don't get crit here and we do enough with Psychic. Psychic does enough. Ooh. Just a little bit of steering.
Then on the penultimate fight, the hacks is ramped way back up. Every single mon besides the Lantern has some sort of shenanigans going on. Boom Quillfish gets outsped and O-code by the Electrode that thankfully didn't die as planned versus Flannery. Wishcash avoids proccing Bright Powder and dispatches Dragonair. Manny Mantine outspeeds King's Rock Huntail to KO and avoid getting flinched in the rain. Dugtrio then picks up the easy kill on Lantern. King's Rock Dugong, on the other hand, takes a village to handle, with Manny picking up the final blow. Then, at the end of their team, it's time for a Mantine Ditto.
Ice Beam crit from this guy is 48. Yeah, so we're safe to rip some of these. Okay, Rain Dance, cool. Now we're both faster. Air Slash still does more damage. Flinch, please. Damn, okay. So I think this is the last turn we can be in safely. I think we just have to rip the Air Slash and hope for a flinch. Flinch or no crit, and we're fine. That was a little sketchy, but we got out. Oh, it is Focus Band. Oh, fuck me. Oh, well, it's... We have we have Flinch out. Surf, normal Surf does not kill. We have Flinch out. We have no Focus Band proc out. Oh, fuck me. Okay, we do this. Oh, Ice Beam there is insane. Rain stopped. We're faster. So it'd need to be exactly another Focus Band proc. Would be scary. Okay, cool. I'm so glad I saw that it has Focus Band before I started doing some crazy suicidal shit there.
One heart attack later, but we make it out. Call it magic, call it luck, call it frauding out, but somehow we've made it to the final fight of the Weather Institute without losing a single Pokemon. Will this trend keep up against Shelly, or is it time for Emerald Kaizo to collect on its many overdue debts? After some rough encounters with hacks items, we finally made it to the end of the Weather Institute. Shelly. Her team strays from the theme of Bright Powders and Quick Claws for a team built around stalling instead. This should make her team a whole lot easier, and it does at least for their lead Milotic, who Little P easily manages. But then Hypno hits two 70% accurate Hypnosises, and then Spadef drops our backup plan Dugong on the swap, which means now they can potentially die the Psychic.
Okay, we need a low roll Psychic here, or a high roll Ice Beam. Oh! Absolutely bailed out.
But our boy is able to seal the deal. And that's thankfully the last 1v1 of note, as our team with two Toxic users is able to stall out and rescue Castform from Team Aqua. A normal type is all but required to be the Elite Four, so we've got another chance to lock down a slot for that team here. Just like Mence, Cascada has a down speed nature, which is absolutely not what we want to see. But there's still another tool in our box that we'll keep in mind, especially in the upcoming permanent weather sections. And from this boss fight, we're thrown right into another one with Rival 3. For some reason, they've only got 5 Pokemon, none of which are really a bother, especially for our swift swimmers in the rain, so we're able to power right through them without breaking a sweat. And in no time at all, we've made it to Fortree City, where we'll get to add a bird to our team from the grass. The crown jewel they hit here is the 14% Swallow. Although hitting them on the first for the game is the true jackpot, outspeeding and hitting mons with Gust boosted Stab Facade remains a viable strat all the way into the end of the game. Oh, there we go. Flying type, what do we got? Oh boy! For our third potentially Elite Four viable mon in a row, their stats aren't anything to write home about, but we are eternally grateful to not get a minus speed nature, as if the glass cannon doesn't outspeed anything, it likely gets one shot by them. This isn't the last of the mons we get to pick up before the gym too. We just gotta do a few fights. Oh, hey, look, our old pal Politoed. We distract ourselves from the pain of losing Chef by adding Sky the Absol to our team. They're nice to have because of their psychic immunity, but not having a stab move to take advantage of the 130 attack stat because of the physical special split really makes them a bit of a dud. Then lastly, over in Scorch Slab, we get a chance to add some fire type parity to our team, with the starters Quilava and Charmeleon being the most fun hits, but everything here being pretty much usable. Most everything besides the 5% Manectric. This encounter though isn't bad luck, but instead forgetting a quirk of Static. When you've got a Static mon in the lead of your party, it's a 50% chance to get any Electric or Steel types in that area. It's a bummer to not get a Fire mon, but at least we get... oh, great. Nonetheless, this puts us at the door of Emerald Kaizo's 6th gym for our first time ever. Winona's gym fight is a monumentally less forgiving double battle than Norman's, and that's if we're able to make it past the 6 trainers, the Carter. If we do, God help us for a team that includes Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. After some hiccups picking up encounters in and around Fortree City, it was time to step in the door to begin our 6th Gym Leader Challenge. 6 battles sit between us and our dance with Winona. First is Pokemon Ranger Ashley with her Quick Claw, Sudowoodo, and Heracross, which barely caused us to break a sweat. Second is Bird Keeper Jarrett with Bright Powder on Skarmory, Pelipper, and Tropius. With Skarmory, we avoid missing with Shockwave, and both Manny and Kingdra have perfect aim dispatching their targets. Don't worry though, it keeps getting worse with Ninja Boy Eduardo. Their lead of Quick Claw Fortress is basically impossible to plan around, with a moveset of spikes that can ruin your swaps, Rock Slide that can eat your turn by flinching you, and Explosion, which always has a slight chance of happening at full health. If we get the 1 in 10 Quick Claw proc into the 1 in 5 Boom chance on turn 1. So let's hope we don't get Giga unlucky. Well, we're alive! Rapidash does live, but now our whole plan is ruined when random move Venomoth poisons Salamence. And surely Seeking doesn't miss here. Cool. That's my king. Go off, king! It gets so out of whack that our Seeking, who has solely brought the soak-up experience with EXP Share, has to pick up a KO. But we get out alive. Swallow invalidates Trainer 4 by starting the fight by KOing 2, and Blaziken does the same in Fight 5, which leaves just Dragon Tamer Sora on our way to our gym bout. One last Bright Powder mon to deal with. Bounce here, and we're big chillin'. And it's very likely bounce. Cool, okay. All of that theory crafting and discussion for nothing, and it might just miss. It did not miss. Oh, no Bright Powder. I wasn't even thinking about that. The best way to play around Bright Powder is to not play around Bright Powder. And with that, it's time for Winona. This is my first time ever fighting Winona. This is the furthest I've ever been. This fight is, quite frankly, terrifying. We don't have a good Salamence who's not fast, so we don't really have a great option in that. As an Intimidator. As another Intimidator, Gyarados is already dead. So those two big options that I think I would want to lean on, we do not have. Golem, also a great option. We do not have. So because of some of the decisions I've made to lead me to this point, it's put me in a poor situation. Additionally, I've tried prepping out some lines, but there's so many options that could happen after turn 1 that it gets pretty messed up in the fog.
Our general plan is to take care of the Earthquake Mon and have Ampharos run through the rest of the team with Dugong and Nidoking hopefully providing some support in there, is our general idea. What actually happens? It's between me and Winona. Let's run it. They're not bird Pokemon anymore. I guess they never were. They were only bird Pokemon in beta, but... So, I mean, this is the only turn we know exactly what we want to do every time. This is going to be Head Smash here, and this is going to be swap into Ground type here. That's fine. Oh, that did a decent amount. Okay, 50-50 on if it kills or not. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. Okay, so let's check our healths. Chipping down Flygon or getting the... I think, because we're trying to get the Earthquakers down, I think we rip a Muddy Water. I think that makes the most sense here, to start getting the Earthquakers down. Yeah, so Ice Shard's going to come through kill. And I think we have 2 chances at Act drops, which could really help us. Yo, Ack. Cool. And getting levels on all of our Pokemon is nice. Whatever, we're not going to see it. Quality Trunks. OnlyFans might be... this actually might be better because OnlyFans might... Ooh! Act drop! A crit! Okay, Oscar's kind of popping off. Oscar might be high enough. No, Oscar's probably still baiting the Giga Drain. After 2 turns, we're in the dangerous situation of Flygon seeing KOs on both sides, which means we've got to swap both Mons and have no idea where they're actually going to attack. Okay, let's see what happens here. We'd like to see Earthquake from Aerodactyl that misses, seal the deal, and then Flygon Giga Draining the right-hand slot. Hey, Seal avoided it! Wow! Oh, we got the perfect turn. We got the perfect turn. We got the perfect turn. Okay. We get the best case for taking minimal damage coming in, but this puts us on the flip side of uncertainty. Because neither enemy Mon sees a KO on our side, they randomly choose their targets, which means if both choose the same side, one of our Mons likely dies. I think we gotta rip this and pray. Seal avoided the attack again? Insane. Insane moves from Seal the Deal. So if this kills, that would be... Oh, man. That sucks. So this is going to make Flygon slower and kill that. That is one slippery deal. So now that's slower. Crobat. All right. So Seal goes into Donphan here, who Donphan now is going to... Now that it's low enough, is going to be baiting 2 damaging moves. So we do that into that, and then we go Surf here. Okay. And Surf only hits the enemies in this generation. And this is going to do some self-damage as well. Cool. Okay. I think we need to do this. We need to do this. And then we're going to do Ice Beam from Mantine. Of course I'm a Calc Gremlin. I'm just a gremlin. And we hope for it to be like Sky Attack, so it does does recoil damage. Let's ball. So it's going to be Ice Shard, random move to the left. It does do a decent... Oh! That kills Wishcash and heals it up. That's unfortunate. That's a 1 in 4 to hit that, sadly. Okay. It's just Moltres in the back, right? Yeah, so what we're going to do here is we're going to T-Bolt the Moltres coming in and pray to God. What are the odds we kill that Moltres? Above 50% to kill the Moltres coming in. That's going to be Hidden Power Ground, which I think even a crit doesn't kill. Cool. Double up on Android is a little scary. Android holds. Ice Beam should kill. No! Oh, come on, Manny. So we're going to go here on that. And then we're going to go here on this. I wish we had better moves for Manny to use. Because this is Ice Beam Overheat should take... Hopefully we get something pretty in here. Ice Beam's not going to do anything. Overheat with Thick Fat is going to help. Okay, Seal's probably baiting damaging moves now. I mean, if we could have Manny bait damaging moves and get Nidoking in here, the head smash, that would be beautiful. But I think this is the move here again. Maybe it'll get Poison Pointed. What's that? That's Hidden Grass. That is also Hidden Grass? Okay, the next Surf will kill. Problem is, there's a Mon's probably going to die in that left-hand slot. I think we win this, but I think we're going to have to sack 2 Pokemon here. I think this will hopefully help seal the deal. Seal the deal. You've been a legendary Pokemon. Dodging all those Earthquakes so you'd be healthy enough to make it here. Thank you so much, King. Thank you for taking the crit, too. Okay, big question here. Cool. Dorian getting the level doesn't help. We already did. It's going to take like 3 Surfs to do this. Surf does the most damage because we're now into singles damage rolls. We're not faster, so that's not going to do that. So I guess we just rip Surf here. I don't even know if Static could proc on a nice move. Nah. Okay. We already have a lot of electric types. I think this is going to get sacked anyway. Maybe it like freaks out, gets para'd, something crazy happens. Android. Surf crit would be so great here. Surf crit would be so great here. I don't even know if we... I don't know if we get out of this with anything more than Manny. This is going to be Ice Shard to kill that. And OnlyFans is not going to get to attack with Ice Shard if this doesn't kill because it's going to Ice Shard us. So I need this to kill for Manny to live. That was Grace and Command of Pokemon? Did we see the same fight right there? From the domino effect of Crobat clicking Giga Drain on the 1 and 4 on Wishcash to both KO and heal it out of Ice Beam range, Winona takes a massive bite out of our box in exchange for Badge 6. This means it's time for the single longest split in the game. We'll have to go through Mount Pyre, Magma Hideout, and Aqua Hideout before facing a gauntlet of painfully designed double battles in the second gym. If you thought Emerald Kaizo looked painful before, you've seen nothing yet. With our 6th gym badge collected, it's time to dive straight into Emerald Kaizo's longest and most grueling split. 72 fights and 4 dungeons stand between us and our 7th badge. The upside to the split being this long is that the level cap gets increased an enormous 15 levels, which makes the fights on the way to Lily Cove an absolute breeze. And on the way, we also pick up our new pal Eggy. We then head over to Mount Pyre to hopefully add a ghost type to our team, as we're going to have to deal with a lot of mons with Explosion coming up soon. That sucks! And alas, we hit possibly the worst encounter in Mount Pyre. Thankfully, we have some more mons joining our team soon. Our last hurdle before heading back to Mount Pyre is the final rival fight, which unlike in games like Run and Bun, we can steamroll through. This level gap momentum keeps going into Mount Pyre, where we're able to start most fights chain KOing 2 mons with either Blaziken or Scrambled, with their dangerous combination of speed and coverage. 7 fights in, we've got a 3 grunt gauntlet where we're locked into using the same 6 Pokemon for all 3 fights. But Scrambled starting fight 1 by chain KOing 3 mons clears up so many other spots for the other fights that we're not stressed about the limited team at all. Mentz even gets to have fun in the bounce castle. Nice bounce, idiot. Smoking on your top 5 tonight. Wait, why would you bounce again? You're so dumb, dude. Oh, what a dumb little fish. Oh, focus band, you got me. No, you didn't get me. You'd think there'd be something in the AI for that, right? On Pyre Summit, Swellow continues the stomp by sweeping 5 on Grunt 8, 3 on Grunt 9, and 4 on Grunt 10. Do you understand now why Swellow is considered one of the best in the game? With that, we've reached the peak, which means it's time for Admin Matt. He's giving orders out to these grunts, so of course he's outfitted with 2 quick claws and a bright powder of his own. The most notorious is his lead, Whalelord. The most consistent, and I say consistent with huge air quotes strategy against it, is to bounce house, usually with Gyarados. This is where you click bounce to ideally dodge boom, and then Oko Machamp, who is baited in next, but it very rarely goes as planned. Our Gyarados is sitting in the death box, so we elect our XP bot Seaking to put itself on the line, as it's probably our most useless mon in the box right now. So we click Mega Horn, and then get exploded on. Okay, gets the quick claw proc. Water Spout does damage itself. There is a possibility that it missed Mega Horn! It missed Mega Horn twice! Seaking. You went out like a champ. You went out exactly the way I expected you to. I think Salamence is the best, like, general use mon anyways. Also, did the music get really quiet? It did. That was weird. Okay, Machamp's also fine. Yeah, we just probably go into Gardevoir here, because Salamance's health in this fight is so much more valuable. And Rock Slide doesn't do too much. Especially because it's -1. We're chilling on that. Yeah, so the fight is already completely off script. This probably, I would guess, brings in Slaking. Ooh, that's actually not great, because that'll probably bait a Shadow Ball. Oh, no, this is actually the line we're expecting. There's no overlapping rolls here. Nose takes the Hyper Beam, and then we go into Blaze to kill this thing. Beautiful. It is both loafing and recharging, so there's no, they don't double cancel each other out and things get wild. We can just go into DD safely, and we outspeed and we one-shot with superpower. He do be loafing. That dies, cool. So, I mean, there's also a chance here. I would really hope we could get Eggy in last. It's going to depend on baits. All of our baits are kind of screwed up a little bit. Okay, now there's Eggy. Oh, if this didn't have Quick Claw, this would be great. If it's Boom, we just need to dodge crit. No, it's always going to be Psychic because Psychic kills. Okay. That did a lot. Are we dead to Quick Claw Boom? We are dead to many rolls of Quick Claw Boom. I think it swapped the Nose Pass here. It seems like the best play. Because if we come back into Overtail, it's going to be on an Egg Bomb. Or a Psychic. Or potentially a Boom. We would want to see Boom here. Let's go! Let's go, dude! Alright, 2 mons left. And this is almost certainly going to bait a guaranteed. This is supposed to be Donphan's job. We want to see... Earthquake's fine, yeah. Cool. So if it does do a damaging move, max roll, hidden power, flying is 51 damage. So that would put us at 113. And then head smash recoil is 32, which is we're at 55 after that. So we're good. And this guarantee kills. It might even... I think it's more likely to Dragon Dance. I don't know if Dragon Dance is a risky move, too. But I think most likely Dragon Dance here. Cool. Okay. And this will kill... Oh, it could have been Bright Powder. I didn't think about that. But... Well, we would have had 2 shots, I believe. Even with the damage boost. Okay. And now Dragonite. Self-recoil is 30%. This would put us down at like 4%. We're Battle Armor. We can't get crit. Head Smash. It doesn't have any crazy abilities here. We should just win.
Let's go, dude! Let's go, dude! It was a disappointing last showing for Seaking, and a way sketchier second bomb defusal than I would have liked against his Eggy, but Dungeon 1 of the split is complete. But Mount Pyre's a cakewalk in comparison to Magma Hideout, which has taken many runs and runners to their absolute limit. With Mount Pyre in our rear view, it's time to descend into hell. Magma Hideout consists of 18 fights in permanent sun with teams of 5 or more Pokemon with a smattering of Bright Powders, Focus Bands, and Quick Claws. Their Pokemon's levels are also starting to creep closer to yours, which makes them much more threatening than anything we dispatched in Mount Pyre. So you can do your best to prepare a safe line, but you're always 1 Hax item proc away from being backed into a corner, 2 from losing a Pokemon, and 3 or more from losing months of progress from just getting unlucky. See this fight against Grunt One's Bright Powder Ninetales, for example. Yeah, this could be so many moves. Yeah. Hey, miss on that. That's huge. Okay, we're faster. We're going to rip Surf, not Hydro Pump. We're going to miss Hydro Pump because of Bright Powder. Okay, this is a good fight. This is a real good fight. Okay, fun and quirky and fun. Cool, we at least hit that Surf. Miss a Hypnosis. Extra Sensory's fine with me. Crit Solar Beam is the one we are afraid of, and that's when we tap out. That is 108. Cool. That is annoying. Okay. Good night, Moon. Let's go in Overdale here. It's -1. Extra Sensory is the worst of the two. Any move kills. We are faster, so we just Dragon Claw and don't Bright Powder miss. Cool. Let's hope we're getting that bad luck out early. Grunt 2's lead of Gengar with Destiny Bond, Explosion, and Focus Band presents so many branching paths that we bring both Ments and Nose Paths as their main job being to take care of it. So this is Ice Punch or Boom here. Love just like my homage. Get this guy out of here. All right, Ice Beam or Boom. We want to see Boom. Or Ice Punch, my apologies. This is T-Bolt or Boom. We'll go back into Overtail. That's scary. I mean, we're always going to swap out, so this is, again, Ice Punch or Boom. That is bad. Okay, when will he boom? It's either T-Bolt, Destiny Bond, or Boom. We want to see Boom, because it's -2. D-Bond is fine, I guess? Because we're not going to kill it. Okay, now it's more likely to Boom. We want to do less damage. Crit Ancient Power I don't think kills, so we're going to... But Rock Tomb, let's go with this. We want to see Boom again. Beautiful. It's -2. It doesn't do jack to us. It would have done more damage to Click Thunderbolt. No Sass the Nose Pass are prime bomb diffuser thanks to their battle armor allowing them to not get crit, and their normal resisting type handles the Gengar. We've also wised up and planned around baiting in their Shift Tree last, because the AI will not click Boom if they've only got 1 Mon left. Third fight of 18 begins with a Bright Powder Flygon. Yeah, we just hopefully hit the Dragon Claw and hit the range. Bright Powder! Bright Powder! Great! If we die to back-to-back Bright Powder misses and Rock Slide crits, God didn't want us to win. Okay, now we hit the range, like 98% to hit the range. Cool, okay. Miss into crit gives us a heart attack, but we're able to wrestle back control of the fight as we go on to not lose anybody. Next, Grunt 4, that it will click counter instead. Cool. No, now we just hope for no Focus Band proc. A crit that was unnecessary? Okay, that is a great way to start. Here's everything. We want to see Belly Drum, I believe. Okay. So,
Good news. Charizard is at 50 health. 50% health. The bad news is that if we miss this Surf, Tenta is dead. So if we get the 1 in 10, we are fine. If we miss the 1 in 10, it's not great. So let's just hit. Yeah, let's go. I wasn't even worried. Gremble and Charizard both play nice and let us advance on to Grunt 5. Their Crobat with Confuse Ray does annoy the hell out of us, but nothing we're not prepared for as we have our best fight of Hideout. Thankfully, Fight 6 is much of the same, as we wrap the stream a third of the way through the dungeon. Fight 7 sees the return of a legend, Sunny D, who dominated the first 3 gym fights. They get to sit up to +5 in front of the Waba, who leads the fight, and has a chance to chain 3 KOs. Both Giga Drain and Petal Dance kill here. I'm going to click Giga Drain because I can. Awesome. Sunny D gets a lot of XP. Alright. We don't want to see a Bright Powder proc. If Bright Powder procs here or Aerial Ace crits, we get into a weird situation. Perfect situation would be Swords Dance and we hit our move. There's part 1. There's part 2. Beautiful. Okay. Now, we just have to avoid X-Plowed crit. Actually, it has to be Quick Claw crit, I believe. So this would have to be a 1 in 10 into a 1 in 16. Very, very, very unlikely. And Giga Drain and Petal Dance both kill. Okay, no Quick Claw proc. That just kills. Okay, the Sunflower line was the proper line. Insane that Sunny D is still able to do a triple sweep this late in the game. You'd think this would be an instant win for this fight, but Focus Band Shiftery with Boom comes in and clicks Swords Dance to get +2 attack. We get some chip in and get it back down to +0 attack with Mensa's Intimidate, but we've got a hard call to make. Shiftery is likely to Boom, and Donphan is the only mon on our team that can survive Explosion. But they're the only Pokemon who can 1v1 the Golem the Grunt still has left. I mean, maybe there's a weird situation where it doesn't boom, but it probably just booms here. Yeah. Thank you, nose. Follow your nose for the fruity taste that shows. For the safety of our run, we have to sacrifice Nose Sass, which makes dealing with many of the booming mons we still have left in Hideout a hell of a lot harder. Maybe the encounter we're cashing in on will help fill the void. Oh, there we go. Oh. Okay. It's a boomer! Let's just hope we catch the goddamn Weezing, and it's a great Weezing, and we have a great time, and we beat the game, because Weezing is sick, and I love Weezing, and Weezing's so cool. Okay. Of course it would poison. Shadow Ball's fine. It's going to get the defense drop, isn't it? I don't know. Just go with the ball. Just get the ball. Just get the ball. Just get the ball. That got! Even capturing a mon doesn't come easy in this game. Grunt 8 is a return the form though, with a 2 KO chain from Eggy actually setting up a clean fight this time. Maybe something is finally clicked as Grunt 9 goes off without a hitch either, which means we're officially halfway through. I cook up a really cool line to close out Grunt 10, but forgot about Solar Beam AI, which ruins our safe swap to Dugtrio, because they can sometimes click Solar Beam and one-shot them. We take a moment to think and adjust the line on the fly. Sludge Bomb here. Wild that this jellyfish is faster than this guy. That's fun. It's got a Lumberry, doesn't matter. Oh, it would have been Solar Beam, I was right. Oh, I'm so glad I caught that. Holy shit, I'm so glad I caught that. That just would have been dead Dugtrio. It's either Thunder Punch or, again, it's either Thunder Punch or Solar Beam. Blaze swaps into both of them, and then Superpower does 80% the kill. We can potentially even Sky Uppercut. I think Superpower should be fine here. Oh, Oh, we could have... No, we couldn't have. T-punch. So that would have been right on that. Light screen's gone. Yeah, so we just superpower here. Superpower does 60, 80. Yeah, so this just kills. Cool. All right, gamers. We got there in a roundabout way. It's time for the moment of truth. Oh, I wonder if this baits shiftry. Okay, so this is still always bait shiftry. All you need to do is dodge crit. It's just that simple. I'm so sick. Dude, I'm so fucking sick, dog. I'm pretty sure I can still click dig because it doesn't use on the first turn, even though it has levitate. Sick. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Who needs a ghost type? Certainly not me. Now we've got some confidence too. Are we going to be able to keep our losses to 1 to close out the gauntlet, or is there a massacre lurking on the horizon? We've already lost 1 Pokemon throughout the first 10 fights of the Magma Gauntlet, but the 8 remaining fights are some of the hardest, so it'd be a miracle if we're able to get out without any more deaths. Grunt 11 is the first fight of a new stream, which are always a little bumpy, but our new edition of Metro Booming the Wheezing is able to earn their lot and move us along. Grunt 12's Demon combines 3 things that have given us health throughout the dungeon: Quick Claw, Explosion, and Sword Stance. Ancient Power doesn't guarantee kill, but this is Risky AI. Risky AI likes using moves like Ancient Power and likes using moves like Explosion. So, it's decently good odds that it's going to be Explosion or Ancient Power here. So we go into Carl, and I think we'd want to see Explosion right away. That is probably the worst thing we could see. Good news, Explosion is a range. Bad news, Explosion is a range. Actually, Explosion is a very unfavorable range. We wanted to click Ancient Power or Sword Stance again and not have Bright Powder X's or miss. Don't miss! Don't miss! Let's go! Carl Budo clutches it out and lets us finish with a flashy line where Sunny D chains 3 KOs to win. We're cooking now. It's Ajax's turn to clean up Fight 13, chaining 3 KOs with a Stab Guts Facade, taking care of most of the fight, leaving just Flareon to finish out. We swap around the Chip It from recoil damage, and then bring in Little P to finish off the job. This is just a Sludge Bomb here. Okay, Quick Claw. Ooh, Quick Claw Double Edge is not... Sometimes you just get unlucky. We've had many a sketchy situation, so thankfully it's just a Tentacruel, a water type who isn't a late game powerhouse or Elite Four contender that suffers because of this. You gotta think about it like this. So we've been so incredibly fortunate so far, and that is something you should not play around. Because you can't be results based, you have to be logic based. Because like we were saying before, I was not saying that to be mad, that it was a 1 in 10 to proc Quick Claw, and then a 1 in 16 to get a crit. You cannot play around a 1 in 160 chance. Like if you're playing around a 1 in 160 chance, you're never gonna get anywhere. Couldn't have said it better myself. 4 fights till Maxi. For Grunt 14, we completely scrap our first plan because we can't bait in the Quick Claw booming Sudowoodo to last with it. Our second plan works like a charm though, and we're able to get past him with a perfectly cooked line. Grunt 15 is a masterclass. We open with Fly to dodge Boom from another Sudowoodo and chuck the Meganium who comes in after. After a few more KOs, we bring in a purposely pre-damaged Mantine who only baits in Hidden Power Electric. This means Dugtrio can come in without fear and close out this well-cooked fight. Grunt 16 is handled beautifully too, as a 2 KO chain by Vileplume to start the fight tilts the table way in our favor, which means it's time for Courtney. And the fight against them starts beautifully. Blaziken KOs their lead, and then Kangaskhan who comes in next. Then gets to the perfect health to bait only Earthquake, which lets Eggy come in and take out the legendary Rock. Now it's time for Manny and Douglas to set another trap. Always die to Thunderbolt by 2 HP, so we can go into Monty safely, because this is only ever going to be Thunderbolt. Which means this is going to outspeed, hit Earthquake, and kill. Alright. With 2 Mons left, we call on Mence to 1v1 Venusaur. The only way this gets scary is if there's 2 Sleep Powders. There's one, that's why we have the Chesto. Okay. The only way this fight starts to get a little scary, and we do have Mantine still as a backup plan, is if this clicks Sleep Powder again. If it clicks any other move, Fly just kills him. We're good. Beautiful. And I don't think this will switch into Salamence for the resist. Nah, it's just going to make a foolish mistake. All right. And now, what we use that heart scale for. This is our good pal Courtney's. This is the second Salamence we fight. This is always Draco Meteor because it kills and nothing else does. We go into Guardy B. Draco crit does not kill. That animation's so sick. And we are faster by 2 speed. We got this Ice Punch from a heart scale. What an absolute cook! One last test of our mettle in Magma Hideout. I know I've been saying it over and over and over again that this is the hardest fight in the game. But there's a reason I continue to stress it. Is because it's really goddamn difficult. And because of the fact that I am partially speechless. The fact of how hard this is. How far we've come. We're just looking at this yesterday. As of today, this is a month since the run has started. If this fight goes poorly, we essentially lose a month's worth of progress, which is why it will make the victory so much more sweet. There's 2 possibilities here. Our luck in clutch situations continues on. I remind you of our fight against Norman, where it was a 50-50 speed tie for us to lose our run on the spot. We persevered through that. I remind you of Winona, which many moments during that fight made me believe we were going to lose. We did end up losing a lot of Pokemon in that fight, but we did not lose. We persevered. We went back to the drawing board. We kept on fighting. And even go back to some of these fights that I'm walking through right now. Some of them felt impossible. Planning for it in the fights, some mistakes, they felt near unbeatable. And somehow, some way, we persevered through them. So what's one more fight? Will I beat Emerald Kaizo's hardest fight on my very first attempt at it? There's only one way to find out. It's the only... I think this is the only turn I'm not scared about. Everything after this, it is terrifying. Okay. We are -1. Sky Uppercut barely does not just kill, so we have to click Superpower to kill here. Game sounds a little loud. All right, I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay, so this should always only be baiting Psychic. This is probably the biggest point of failure we have here. If Solar Beam crits, the run is probably dead. If Mega Horn misses, we're probably dead. No crit, no miss. Let's go! Okay. We're in there. Okay. I think that was I think by far the turn I was most afraid about. Full random move as expected. This is full random move as expected. Perfect world, we'd see Earthquake here. Earthquake would be the best thing we could see here. Heat Wave and Solar Beam would both be really great. Draco's the worst, but not end of world. That is insane! The 1 and 4 to get Earthquake there and take no damage? Insane. Alright. So, Draco, we see here, with the recoil damage, Ice Beam should kill. And it gets Solar Beam AI? Okay, so what's the odds that Ice Beam kills here? 50-50 for Ice Beam to kill. Oh, no! Okay, I think we're still alive to crit Draco. No, yeah, we're still alive, so we're guaranteed kill here. We're still alive to crit Draco. Yeah, so it's just going to kill itself. We would like as little damage as possible. That's actually unfortunate we got Solar Beam AI there. This hopefully... We're below half, so we should get the 30 bump, right? Yeah, okay. We are dead to some rolls of Ancient Power, but... and then Solar Beam is last damage, so this is only ever going to be Ancient Power. This is the other major point of failure here. If this is Ancient Power Omni Boost, it's probably just over. No Omni Boost? All right. Weeball, it's finally time for you to live up to your name. Thank you for all your work. You weren't even supposed to be here. You were supposed to die on Flannery. So we are faster because we are insanely fast. I love the little smirking grin on the Eggy that we can see. This is Psychic that kills. Of course we wake up. And then this brings in Gengar. It should. Cool. Which we already outspeed in one shot, so we can chain these 2 kills off the back of the sacrifice of Weeball. And that leaves just Arcanine left. No. Okay, let's not jinx it. It's not over yet. Okay, that always sees a kill with Heat Wave, so we go into Kingdra here. Now here's the other potential, not point of failure, but death that could happen. Solar Beam AI could make stuff weird, but 3 Surfs will kill this. So if Zeepard can live through 3 Surfs, Solar Beam is the max, and we don't want to see Solar Beam here. That hurts. Okay. I think it gets a little scary if we would die to a crit here. That's where it get a little weird. We are dead to crit Solar Beam, not dead to Extreme Speed. If it was a move, are we dead to crit Extreme Speed? It's a range. So this is a little scary. We need to see no crit here. Okay. Now is the question. Guys, you want to know something fun? So, I'm looking at the rolls of Solar Beam right now. Do you know what the max damage non-crit roll of Solar Beam does? It does 68 damage. So as long as this is not a crit, we get out of here only losing 1 Pokemon. Or this is not a crit either. Let's go, dude! And it was a crit! Just for the little icing on the top of the cake! And we carry the momentum of the fights leading up to Maxie into his fight, where we stomp Team Magma's leader, finishing off the second of 4 dungeons this split throws at us. Next up, Team Aqua's hideout. With Magma Hideout now in our rearview mirror, with only a handful of Pokemon lost in that nightmare of a dungeon, it's time to pay Team Aqua a visit. While the watery section only has 9 fights and is generally considered less frightening than Magma Hideout, the plethora of annoying mons and hacks items means there's always something to be worried about in every single fight. We're so excited from the hype of beating Maxie and drawing our fallen hero Weeball from memory that we jump right into Fight 1 instead of ending that stream on a win. The puzzle of the first fight is their choice band Quillfish who only knows Explosion. If we actually hit a ghost type in Mount Pyre, it'd be as simple as swapping them in. But without them, the plan is to KO their Snorlax second to last with Ments, so we're able to bait in Quill and then fly to dodge the boom. Body Slam crit kills Salamence. Yeah, that is the problem here. I think we just have to sack Huntail and then resolve to play better. Yeah. Because there's a lot of Pokemon I could sack. Yeah, I think I pretty much screwed the pooch on this one. To call what actually happens in the fight sloppy is very generous. My plan for this fight is trash, and the fact that we only end up losing Huntail, who's the most expendable mon in our box right now,
is a miracle. Thankfully in Fight 2, the choice band Mon with only boom starts the fight, which lets us actually do that men's fly strat this time, which allows us to chain 2 KOs. This would make it an easy fight if I remember the pre-burn Swellow so we could sweep the rest of it with Gust boosted Facade. Instead, Men's has to gain way more XP than expected for us to get out safe. The exhausting nature of this game and split is finally starting to crack me. The post-bad fight lock-in comes as it usually does, with a line where we lock Slowking in the Psychic King and Immune Absol to secure a victory against Grunt 3. Slop returns for Grunt 4 as we put the wrong berry on our Poly to lead the fight, but the powerhouse Guardy P takes 3 in the improv line that looks solid until their closer, Milotic. Okay, now we are just kind of in hell for a little bit now. One more flinch probably secures this? Or crit? No, we're back. All right, we're in the range again. Another flinch or a crit will get us out of here. We're so back. All right. That is exactly how statistics work, for sure. This game sucks, dog. Okay, we're going to bring in Chad, who is not pre-slept. He is actually sleeping. And Chad, we are looking to body slam so we can get a para on this. Wake up, Chad. Oh, that's a pretty quick sleep. Let's go! Finally! Something going our way. And then we immediately get crit. I hate this game. I hate this game so much, dog. Crit surfed is 84. So we can brick break once before we have to swap out. Crit Ice Beam is 94. Wow, we don't do jack shit damage to this guy besides double edge. I guess we gotta rip double edges. Now light screen. I guess light screen doesn't affect. Oh, we don't do jack shit damage without light screen up. So 3 double edges should kill. Crit Ice Beam is, again, 94. It's 94! Double-edged is minimum 34%. We're probably going to see Recover or, ideally, Para. Okay, cool. Then 2 Psychics? Surely finishes off? We would love a Spidiff drop or any turn of this being parried. Is this Mon parried? Is this Mon parried or not? This is starting to get, like, actually legitimately scary. Can Melodic get parried once? Dragon Breath did a considerable amount. Non-crit does not kill us. Okay, double edge recoil is 13 to 15%. When are we ever going to see Melodic get parried? Zpard, thank you for everything you've done. One last kill on the way out? That's fine. The innocuous slow bleed that ends so many runs is starting to creep up on us. We do have a big reload of Pokemon coming up with Fishing Sim, but a smaller box means less great answers in fights, which often leads to more Mons loss, which intensifies the snowball. Every other fight seems to be good though, as Grunt 5 is annoying but doesn't claim any lives. Let's take a totally unrelated sidebar to talk about pre-sleep. In Gen 3, sleep turns carry over between fights. This means you can find a wild Pokemon to put you to sleep. Wait until your next turn that would be a guaranteed wake up, and then run for the fight to have your Mon immediately ready to wake up for the next fight. This is insanely busted in Emerald Kaizo, because it allows for much more consistent lines, like being able to play around a 10% freeze from Ice Beam, or being able to swap in on a status move without taking up your item slot. Anyways, let's check back in with save on Grunt 6. Oh fuck, I did it again, I didn't pre-status. Oh, god damn it. Fuck, I think we just have something die to muck now. Oh, what do we sack here? Oh, god. Fuck me, dude. And that's nothing to say on the other Mons here. Like, we don't have anything with Fly or Dig. Oh, god. Spent all that goddamn time talking about how pre-statusing is so cool. Was this bring in Lapras? Blissey.
And this is nothing to say on the other things that can go poorly here. We are slower. So seismic toss is going to do that. We're going to moonlight here. It's always the 62. Cannot crit. You ever going to click counter, potentially? Or are you just going to continue the seismic toss me? All right. I could have maybe... I probably should have... Okay. That if I would have thought about... I should have taken a second to think about it, because I could have swapped on the Dragonite into the Swellow to get that Toxic. Now we don't have a Mon that has a status on the other turn. I actually could have saved this if I was really thinking with my brain. This is always Ice Beam or potentially Confuse Ray. I guess if it's Confuse Ray, we're in a weird spot. Or if it's Freeze because we didn't pre-sleep. Okay, this is bad now. This is really bad now. Going to Wally on the Thunder. And if it statuses us, we status it back. Freeze into Para. Insane. Ice Beam crit does 126. So we're safe. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that's... We're now dead to crit? Blaze dead to crit Ice Beam. 103. No. Alright. So this is always Thunder. It's not going to be confused, right? Because we're frozen. I mean, we could try the Thaw out. So I guess we go into Cascada first. Okay, we are dead to only to one of the crits. Flamethrower chip should be enough. This is going to be Ice Beam. Cool. We get one more Flamethrower in. This also can start resting now that it's lower. Okay. So this is going to be... Ice Beam or Rest. Is Blaziken still not dead to crit Ice Beam? How low is that? 103, yeah. So we can do this. And if it rests, we can also give a couple shots to wake up. Crit Thunder we are dead to, so we go into Eggy on this. And if we get parried, I am going to scream. That is actually really bad. No, we're not dead to crit Ice Beam, so we can do this again. But now we might be low enough. Well, if this crits... no, still dead to only... Well, still only baiting Thunder. I think we need to go straight into Scrambled and hope we... can kill it. We need to do 86. Okay, no para. Are we gonna seriously fucking wipe to a random grunt? Let's go to Wally first. That's good at least. Okay, Spadef drop would be really cool here, and also not that. Definitely not that. Very likely dead to just raw Ice Beam. Holy shit, this might be a wipe. Holy shit, this might be a wipe. Oh my god, we might wipe here. Oh god, we might wipe here. I think this has to happen now. Oh, Blaziken needs to hit twice. Holy fuck, dude. Oh, we're gotta be in Blaze, right? We need to thaw out immediately. Para? It missed Thunder. Oh my god. It's random move. The only Pokemon that we need to be statused is not statused. It's likely kills. I think the run's dead. You gotta put it on a Confuse Ray. You gotta seriously put it on a Confuse Ray. That's not the shit we need right now. You just need to hit twice, Vileplume. You just need to hit twice. Just need to hit twice. You just need to hit twice. If it hurts itself again, Ice Beam is kill. Please snap out. Okay. Okay. This is so fucked. We need some good sludge bombs that actually hit and not to get crit. Where's our statuses? Non-crit egg bomb doesn't kill. A second sludge bomb will kill. We need to not get crit and not get parried. We just die here. Oh, don't show me an Omni boost. Air Slash is a range. It might Brick Break here. It probably is going to fake out. Yeah. Brick Break almost always kills here. So we need to hit the Air Slash range. We win the fight if we hit the Air Slash range. But we got to hit. It's a 1 and it's an 18%. What a fucking miserable fight. Our paper cut has turned into a knife wound. 6 Pokemon lost in 6 fights. Our run to look golden walking into Aqua Hideout might never leave it. After an enormous flub against Grunt 6, we've only got 14 Mons left in our box to tide us over until our much needed refill from Fishing Sim. Just 2 more Grunts and Admin Matt and we'll be there. Time for Lucky Grunt 7. The shakiest part of the line depends on Sky hitting a 90% accurate Mega Horn. We need no crit on Hydro Pump and Mega Horn the hit. Also, Hydro Pump could have missed. Beautiful. Absol does not foretell a disaster this time, as they do hit and set up Kabutops to close out the fight with some cheesy dig spam against Slaking and Snorlax. Grunt 8 rewards us for keeping Blaziken alive in the fight where we nearly wiped, as he starts by chain KOing 3. Manny gets Spadef and Act dropped by Gorbis, but somehow is able to win their 1v1. Waba avoids getting parried to Mirror Coat Lantern, which means it's just Kingdra left. Octazooka can't be Ice Beam, can't be Double Edge. So when we know here it's not going to be Ice Beam, so we can go here. Hell yeah. Exciting, Jordan. Zuka. Of course, it's going to be Act Drop. We're going to go first into Metro to try to Toxic it. Or to Toxic it. I swear to God. Okay, cool. This is either Rain Dance or Zuka. No crit? We absolutely love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. We're dancing in the rain. They're going to get the act drop. I'm not going to get the para. Of course! Of course! Why would it work any other way? Oh, there's the crit! Where was all this luck before? Why are you going to lose it on one turn that doesn't fucking matter? Surely you could have gotten that para or that crit any point in time where it actually mattered. No, we're going to do it right now against the Kingdra that can only four-shot us even with a crit. Beautiful. So to answer your question from about 20 minutes ago, I don't think we're going to be booming Wheezing in Tate and Liza. I think I've thought it over, and I don't think we're going to boom Wheezing in Tate and Liza. Aqua Hideout is cursed. Thank God we'll be getting out of here soon. Whether that's by truck or by sea is Matt's to decide. We should have had a lot more trouble in the Magma Hideout than the Aqua Hideout. Blaziken is really, really, really good at Magma Hideout, so that is a potential reason why. But regardless, we have had a no good, terrible day in Aqua Hideout. We've lost many more Pokemon, multiplicatively lost more Pokemon than we've lost in Magma Hideout. We have the chance to do some crazy sweeping with the Power Pack Taste of Sunny D on this run. But things could, as always, still go terribly, terribly wrong. I hope our luck is finally turning around. I'm a cut above the grunts you've seen so far. All right. Risky, risky Matt. What do you got for me? Glail Lie. We are -1. This is why we have to go Charcoal Blaze Kick. This kills. All right, the most important... Oh my god, we're getting so close on EXP. The most important turn. This is going to be Earthquake or Double Edge. If this is Earthquake, we're in a great spot. If this is Double Edge, we got a super, super steer. Beautiful. Okay. That's Earthquake 1. And this is -6. So this is EQ 11. All right, into Sunny D we go. This is Earthquake 12. Crit Earthquake does 140. 140 is the number we have to stay above. So that's Earthquake 13. We're now +1. I think we growth once again here. Earthquake 14. I think we have to... We synthesis here. That should be the final Earthquake. Ah! It would have to be back-to-back crits that would kill us here. And this is going to start struggling now. I think we need to set up a little bit more. Oh, the recoil doesn't do much unless it crits. Okay. And make sure we are out of crit struggle range. I mean, that we should have done that last turn. 142 is crit struggle. Giga Drain kills and should heal us back up. Okay. Okay. No growths left on the table, so we are +5. Petal Dance and Giga Drain both always kill here. I'm going to click... It doesn't matter. I'm going to click Giga Drain. Okay. So that was the guaranteed one. Tauros is down. This is the scary one. This is Rain Dance, Ice Beam, or Draco Meteor. We have an anti-freeze berry if it's freeze on the Ice Beam. But if it's crit on Draco or Ice Beam, the Power Pack Taste of Sunny D dies. We hope it would be Rain Dance here, because it doesn't see it kill. There's a possibility it clicks Rain Dance here. All right. No crit. Sunny D is truly the hero of this run. Holy moly. Cannot be super proud. There's always hidden power flying. I was scared watching that the entire time. Yeah, Sunny D. Who knew a tiny little flower could carry so much? Okay. It's going to be hidden power flying or dragon dance. Crit hidden power flying does not kill. We are faster, so if it hidden power flyings and it doesn't crit, we're out of here. Or if dragon claw crits, that's fine. I was asking for a lot. Oh, so we're out. Because we're faster. Dragon claw kills. All right. All we have left is Quick Claw Machamp, which I don't think Overtail it can safely 1v1, so we can go into OnlyFans on this. Which isn't going to do too much, and 2 Earthquakes should kill. And because we are Battle Armor, I think we're out here safe. And Quick Claw doesn't matter because we're already slower. Superpower max roll does 97. And Earthquake is a guaranteed 2-hit KO. That, my friends, is the end of Aqua Hideout. When all hope is lost, our hero that carried us through the first 3 gyms appears to save our ass again. Mount Pyre, Magma Hideout, and now Aqua Hideout have all been conquered on this never-ending split. All that's left is Tate and Liza's gym. We're almost there. After a very shaky Aqua Hideout where we lost far too many mons, it's time to go fishing. Without Team Aqua getting in the way of our progress east, most of the game's remaining encounters open up to us, nearly all of them being water routes. These encounter tables have many overlapping Pokemon that vary in probabilities to catch them in each location. Then these tables vary even further based on what method we use to catch them, either one of our fishing rods or surfing. There's also a hierarchy of mons we're looking to finish Fishing Sim with too. At the tippy top of this is Slowbro. Even a bad Slowbro will be on 99% of Elite Four teams because its combination of Slack Off, Recycle, and Shell Armor enables it to safely stall out multiple threatening mons. But Slowbro has another ability, Own Tempo, which adds another wrinkle to this puzzle. Any capture you can get Slowbro, you lead with a Pokemon who can confuse them to test for the right ability. And there's such an important capture, if they don't have Shell Armor, you run from the encounter to give yourself another shot. You want to path in an order that gives you the most shots at getting Slowbro. For us, this starts with using our Super Rod on Route 129, which has a 40% at Relicanth, a 40% dupe of Lantern, 15% on Maldo, and 5% Cradilly. Oh, okay. This is fun, but also not what we prepared for. The thing probably, being a fossil, probably has an awful catch rate. Oh. Okay. Okay, I figured that was coming. Alright. The capture starts to get a little spooky after our Maldo gets an AP Omni boost, but Chatter Scamp reminds me that we need to think like a fisherman to capture it. Yes, sir. Go on fishing. Yeah. No fucking way. Tackle Box isn't very useful for removing dupes, but they're a bulky Battle Armor Mon who adds much needed type diversity to our box, which is exactly the kind of thing we need to make it to the Elite Four. Next, we head over the 105 to hopefully catch one of 2 important Mons for Fishing Sim, Quillfish or Relicanth. Quill's value is twofold. Firstly, their access to Boom makes them a valuable tool on the difficult double battles coming up, especially if they've got Swift Swim instead of Poison Point for Archie. Second, a lot of the tables during Fishing Sim include Quillfish, so once you've got them in your box, your path to Slowbro becomes much clearer. And we especially want to catch Quillfish here because on 105, this is the only spot remaining in the game where it cannot boom. Alright. Rally is the second most important mon to get during Fishing Sim, as they are a potential Elite Four team contender. Their eligibility for a visit to the Hall of Fame is also tied to them having Swift Swim instead of Rockhead, so boxes with more favorable dupes will also run from encounters to get more shots at the proper ability. But with how many deaths we have, we must ball. Impish, I don't think...
Yikes. We regroup and decide that Pacificlog Town is our next target. It's a bit out of the way, so we have to take down some minor swimmers to get to the encounter. One of them has an arena trap Dugtrio that triggers Switch AI and ends up trapping our Rapidash and forcing them to win a speed tie for their life. It's a speed tie! It's a speed tie for Rapidash to die. The sheet told me this would not be Dugtrio. Oh, I didn't read. The sheet does say it's going to be Dugtrio. Let's just win the speed tie! Fucking Christ, dude. And I can't even fish in peace. We cool down by taking a break to draw Shift Tree from memory, then grab our Guaranteed Shark, a man Pokemon that we need to clean up some tables. This unlocks a guaranteed 1% Whalmer on Route 108, which we elect to grab off stream later to save everyone some time. Next up is our first swing at Slowbro in Moss Deep City. Okay. Low odds shelter. This can boom. If we capture this, also only 30% for this to happen, by the way. If we capture this, this can make some other encounters very good. If we don't capture this, or it booms, I mean, if it booms, we're in a bad spot. That's incredible. That's so good. We've hit every low percentage encounter on this. Shelter is another great addition to our flailing box as another bulky shell armor mon and a potential boomer for Tate and Liza's leader bout coming up. Route 127 holds a guaranteed Quillfish, so we head there next to defuse another bomb. Just show me the Quillfish so we can get this over with. Alright! This guy can boom. We would prefer if it would just get in the ball. That would be great. He's toxic. You're so toxic, Quillfish.
Terrorists win.
Let's run it again on Route 124.
Another bomb defusal situation. Quillfish, please be kind. Minus run, non-crit boom doesn't kill.
Terrorists win.
It's demoralizing, but we must keep treading forward. 126 is next, with high odds for Slowbro and low odds for Quillfish.
But Slowbro is more important. All right. All right, let us swagger and find out. We want to see this confuse. Oh, it's Shell Armor the first try. Let's go. Beautiful. Okay, Fishing Sim is finally turning around.
A huge hit. First try Shell Armor with a great nature and IVs is incredible. Plus, with our number 1 and 2 prospects captured, it lets us be much more flexible choosing our additional encounters. It'd be truly cracked wide open if we can get a Quillfish on Route 130.
All right, this can only, well, I mean, it can be other things, but Quillfish is the only thing that we can capture. All right, this is our third Quillfish. We could just like it to go into the netball and make sure we get a Ghastly.
Oh, thank God!
Counter-terrorist
Oh,
win.
thank God, dude. It's not Swift Swim, but we'll take it. Now the dominoes start falling into place. We get a guaranteed Ghastly on 122, which means we finally have a Ghost type. We get a guaranteed Celio on 125 to add another bulky boy to our box. We get another likely Ghost type off stream on 131 in the form of Missy if we're able to dodge the 1% Altaria, which we do. We're also now able to pick up another important mon to grab during Fishing Sim, Starmie. They have one job, but it's a critical one. Make space tag not a nightmare, and then die. But more on that later. We wrap up a successful Fishing Sim by adding Glock Hillary Clinton, Glalie, and Lapras to our box that is looking healthy for the first time in a very long while. With all these new weapons in our arsenal, we're prepared to take on the final dungeon of this grueling split, Tate and Liza's gym. Will our wealth of options make it a victory lap, or will the sloppy play that has plagued us lately eliminate more mons with it and our hope of beating Emerald Kaizo? After building our box back up from all the losses we've taken during this split, it was finally time for the last dungeon, Tate and Liza's gym. This gym's 6 trainer battles are all double battles with a different gimmick. Regardless of what each fight throws at you, the plan for all of them is pretty simple. Identify which side is the most dangerous. Find a line that eliminates that side while keeping the other one busy. Then use your remaining slots to make the 2v1 as safe as possible. The first fight's puzzle is that one side is outfitted with Mons Ripping Earthquake, while the other has Mons that can set up with Calm Mind and are immune to the quakes. We get off script after turn 1 with Kabootops because they barely took too much damage to only activate Giga Drain, but not enough damage to activate their berry. But we get out the gem, and our team half full of new pickups from Fishing Sim carry us over the finish line. Fight 2's gimmick is annoying ass moves. Moves like Follow Me, Fake Out, Calm Mind, Slack Off, Ancient Power are littered throughout these Pokemon. Interesting. Oh, that does so little. It has Cute Charm? Oh, and annoying abilities, too. So this is going to be this always. And then Chad is going to go into... Because Jinx is going to see a kill on Chad with Psychic. So we go into Absol there. And we hope we hit through. Nice job, idiot. That's... I think shouldn't do too much either. That did a lot. Please, I can't. Okay! This gets bad! I think we can go like... Oh, and I didn't... I need to level up Rally too. Oh, dude, I super fucked up here. Let's do this and do this. And then reset. Do a cultural reset. Oh, this is going to be bad. I think you get to, like, heal in between them. That should hopefully kill. Cool. Okay. Okay. This is Armaldo. Did Jinx did attack. Okay. I think we just rip Head Smash here, and then we try to wake up. Is there anything... I mean, it's random move from the Jinx, which is... I guess we could go into Al. What up, Sky Crimes? We're in a bit of a tricky wicket. Oh, shit. Okay, we're fine. Oh, God. All right. Well, we know where the damaging moves are going next turn, probably. Oh, fuck me. All right. Only one left on the left-hand side. So Icanth goes into Fish Fear Me. And then we're going to bounce. Oh, dude, he could miss, too. That sucks, though. Why is bounce such a bad move? Cool. We be bouncing. Oh, Hitmonlee can't do jack shit. So we're going to slack off. Yeah, 34. Yeah, we're fine. And it missed. And we did not miss. Good shit, Al. We're able to clear out the left side, then slowly start working through the right-hand side until it's just Slowbro left. And I think if it Calm Minds here, it should see a kill with Hydro Pump. I mean, we don't want it to Calm Mind. It has leftovers too? Ew. But this is still really scary. We're gonna need a drop, a special defense drop to make actual headway here. This always sees a kill with Psychic. Cool. We need a special defense drop badly. This baits Hydro Pump, which can Al... Well, at that point, if Al takes another one, then Al definitely cannot guaranteed bait Hydro Pump. Yeah. This is scary. Oh, God. This is still so bad. Holy shit, dog. I think I need to do this, and I think I need to pray that it's Psychic. Fuck. Fuck me. Poliwrath is faster, and Body Slam gives the chance to Para. Icanth does the most damage. I think Chad comes first. No drops still. We do this. We pray for Para.
Nope. It's like at 40 now. We're going to hit it with Psychic that does about like 10, so it's going to go to 30. Then, okay, I think Relly should be able to kill this. Based on that napkin math. I think Relly should be able to kill this. Relly does 41 to 49. Yeah, I think that's 41 to 49. You've got missed! Oh. Losing 2 and very nearly a third during a 6v1 should show you exactly how strong Slowbro is in this game. These losses could have easily been avoided by boosting our levels more aggressively or by giving Slowbro Shadow Ball, but these are things you just don't know on your first time through a section. Regardless, we must continue forward. Next up is Norman round 2 with Skill Swap Slaking. And with Mons wasting their turn clicking Skill Swap instead of doing damage, Tackle Box takes 5 without a care in the world for a squeaky clean fight. Fight 4 is the most notorious and arguably the most difficult. Buckham. Buckham stands for Bulk Up and Calm Mind, as this fight features 5 bonds with the ability to set up, creating an endless number of branching paths. And to add insult to injury, one side has 3 Intimidators, potentially hindering your wall-breaking abilities. We open with a double Intimidate of our own, and pray they don't start setting up. Lowbro on the Glalie slot, and we want Armaldo on the Mence slot. Alright, and then let's see how much damage we're taking here. Don't love that. Absolutely do not love both of those. Okay. So we don't risk further setup, I think we just rip 2 damaging moves into the right-hand slot. And pray we don't get doubled up. That, I think, is really good. I think X's are still just kills. Cool. Okay. That is done being scary. And we want to see, I think Hypno's worse of the 2. Okay, so now that is neutral attack Gramble. Plus 2 defense, too. Okay, so I think I'm going to swap to get Gramble back -1 here. We're going to do that, and then X-Scissor will kill this. And this also gives us the potential, if we have like a weird situation, to swap in Fish Fear Me. So now this is back to Gramble -1. That's ideally not what we want to see. That is, I guess that's, oh, and another drop. So now that's dead. We want to see Gramble attack the left-hand slot. I think that would be ideal. Or, so now Gramble's +3 defense, neutral attack. So Crunch, X-Scissor for sure kills Slowking. Superpower max roll does 93. Cool. So we're going to do Crunch, X-Scissor, and this should die. Good morning, Overtail. Beautiful. We should. Now it's just 1 Mon, but 1 Mon can also still be scary. And the Intimidate Gambit neuters Granbull while we clear out the special attacking side. This sets us up for a 2v1 that we're able to finish off and put us 2 fights away from the leaders. Next up isn't a hard fight, but can be a little brain-breaking. We're up against a Perish Trapping team, which would be a headache if we didn't have Mischievous, who we can give the skill swap TM and steal the trapping abilities away from our enemy. It just can become a little difficult trying to remember who has what ability and how many turns you've got till you're dead. Pair 1 goes down as expected, but a successful double protect from Dugtrio means that we lose Cloyster for absolutely no reason before finishing out the fight. They're expected to boom in one of the tough doubles on the horizon, so you can say copium that they would have been gone soon anyway, but we would rather have them die there with a purpose. That does mean there's only 1 fight left before Tate and Liza. 3 boomers on one side, 3 ghosts on the other. This brutality we relate to much easier. Plus, with 2 ghosts, booms don't really bother us as we defeat the last pair in front of us before it's time for the twins. Do we still have enough gas in the tank to put together a team that deals with their insane lead of Latios and Latios? Or will these 2 Rugrats be the ones who finally put the last nail in the coffin? On this split, we've gone through Mount Pyre, Magma Hideout, Aqua Hideout, and Moss Deep Gym. And finally, after all of that, only 1 fight remains.
Tate and Liza. The only reason this fight isn't talked about in frightened hush tones like other late game fights is because it's standard to boom one of your mons and not uncommon to boom two on the fight. This is because the lead of Latios and Latias is nearly impossible to win a fair fight against, especially if you want to reserve some slots in the back for the Jirachi lurking. And if we didn't fumble the bag during the gym, we'd absolutely be leading Gengar and Cloyster double booming here to make the fight an instant 4v2. Instead, here's our plan. This fight is so difficult that you are expected to boom a Pokemon. We have a plan to boom. The only major point of failure I see, beyond the end game, which is going to be scary regardless because we have Serene Grace Jirachi to deal with. The biggest point of failure is this skill swap being on the right Pokemon, because this makes Medicham scarier and makes us a lot more able to do damage. I don't think it's a wipe if that happens, but it is still really damn bad. So, let's hope for the best. We've planned, we've prepped, we've done the calcs, we've done them over and over and over and over again. We've done everything we can do. Now, let's try our best. Who comes in first? Latias. Okay, so that does support my theory of what we should be doing. Okay. Skill swap on this slot. Latias, the faster of the two Mons. The Mon on the right is the one who dies first, so we're doing that. And then Gaston is going to boom. Okay. So the only way this gets scary is if the Mon that comes in on the right side is not Medicham. Okay. How do we deal with this? Oh, everything is fucked. Everything is so fucked. Everything is so insanely fucked. What is going on? Oh, wait, no, I've got it. I got it, guys. Don't worry. So this is going to be Ice Beam and then random move from either slot. So Ice Beam, we're going to go into Manny for. Cool. Okay. Okay, now Manny is going to bait Thunderbolt from Starmie, guaranteed, no other move, and is going to bait from Gardevoir only Thunderbolt as well. I'm cooking, guys. Don't worry. So we're going to go Shadow Ball here, and then this is going to be 2 T-Bolts, and then that OnlyFans is not going to get hurt by either of them. We're going to kill Gardevoir with Shadow Ball this turn. Starmie, I think, is always going to see a kill with Hydro Pump. Shadow Ball here, and then into Mantine on this slot. Pump it is. This should kill Guardy. Okay. We would want to see Medicham come in, I think. Oh, Medicham's probably going to see a kill in that slot, so we should be able to... Okay, no, this is totally doable. This is totally doable. I can absolutely do this. So that is Gardevoir dead. Gardevoir had Levitate. We have Synchronize right now. Everybody's getting levels, baby. Don't be Jirachi. Fuck me. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. And by fine, I mean awful. So it's Medicham in the back. So this is going to go here. And then Manny's going to go into Donphan again. Okay. We want to see no Omni Boost. Okay. Oh, how much damage is that? How much does Donphan do with Ice Shard? Oh, it does 2%. Mischievous is always going to Shadow Ball Starmie here. Starmie is going to Hydro Pump the right-hand slot. Jirachi can target either slot.
We really would love Jirachi to target the right-hand slot, though. If it doesn't, we're in a really sketch-ass situation. We want to have Metachan seeing a kill on the right-hand slot, ideally seeing a kill on the right-hand slot with Fake Out. So whatever we swap in on that slot takes less damage. Yeah, I think it's Mence. Because this, if Jirachi starts getting boosts, it's kind of Jover. So this is -1, attack Jirachi. That's not what we want to see. Okay. Okay. 2 Pokemon left. Jirachi, does it see a kill on Misdreavus? It does. It's going to be Meteor Mash on that slot. I believe Huge Power is going to see a kill from Metachan. Is going to see a kill with Shadow Ball. So this is going to be Donphan. And then this is going to be Fly on Metachan. Is Mence dead to Ancient Power? Why did it Ancient? I mean, I guess that's good. Okay, Defense Drop is bad. We can guarantee that Metachan dies, and then it would only be Jirachi. Because if we Ice Shard Metachan, it always dies to Mence coming down. So the only thing we'd be is only fans afraid of Jirachi at -1. Can it die to something from Jirachi at -1 defense? Is the real question. Well, I guess it's -1 defense and Jirachi's -1 attack. Meteor Mash does not kill. Okay, so we're gonna take the guaranteed kill here. Yes. Okay, so now that's back to neutral attack Jirachi. That should always kill Metachan. Crit. We especially did not need the Ice Shard. Okay, so this is neutral attack Jirachi. Okay. And then neutral attack Jirachi, -1, defense, Donphan. Okay. Only 1 Pokemon left. Manny should survive this. And should survive it in a way that it's not baiting a damaging move. Flamethrower has an 85% chance to 2-hit KO. We just need 2 turns. Manny, I need you to hold. Okay. Sunny D survives everything. It's random move. The Power Pack taste of Sunny D. And we just need this Flamethrower to kill. 85% chance it kills. Oh, that's the worst move. It holds? Come on. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I only needed 1 boomer, baby. I didn't need pure power. I already got enough of that. That fight might be one of my favorite steers I've ever done playing a Pokemon Challenge game. With all sincerity, watching it back a year later, my memory fuzzy on what exactly happens, my heart was racing. I literally just got scared by someone coming up to ask for help at work because I was too locked in watching it. Self-glazing aside, the end of Emerald Kaizo is so close I can taste it, which means we've got to start thinking even harder about our potential Elite Four team. Slowbro and the Dusclops will soon acquire our guaranteed locks. Blaziken and Mence are top contenders, but could end up sitting on the sidelines if we hit something better. If we whiff another normal type on our remaining encounters, Swallow will have to fill the role, which is something not ideal, but at least we have an option. Will Meteor Falls Milotic be our savior? Sutopolis Ludicolo an unexpected Swift Swim beast? Or maybe the late game starter from Evergrande City will flip our plan entirely? Guess you'll have to stay tuned in to find out. And that's going to do it for this episode. If you want to pick up what the video leaves off in the VODs, there's a link down in the description. And if you want to watch me stream Pokemon Challenge runs live, or join our Discord community to talk about your runs, there's a link to both down below as well. And that about does it for me. I've been Saves Untitled, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace!